gaming bets. Online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quest for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Starladder iLeague StarSeries Season 3. We're getting pretty close to crunch time now with only 8 teams remaining in this qualification. And, well, at the end of this match, there is only going to be 7. Joining me once again is going to be Hugo Byron. And, well, are you still sticking with your prediction? Do you think GODSENT are going to win?
I've got to stick with it to the end, as much as I don't believe it, Tom. I'm sure that I'll give you some kind of insight as to how I'm feeling so far on this matchup.
Well, yeah, let's be honest. If you didn't stick with it at this point, I would rinse you till the end of time, especially if they won as well. Which
yeah,
I do think it's still possible. They had a very good match previously versus Heroic that we actually got to witness on this channel as well. And to be honest, I don't think this is a bad map for them in general. The problem is, I think it's very, very good over for Envy as well. They play very, very well. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at the fact that the last 2 players alive were just circling the train, running around in circles, and no one was knifing each other. But no, don't worry. Yeah, I mean, going into this one, it's less of a kind of obvious matchup. You know, we don't have enough data to work off and say, oh, you know, this team's definitely gonna win, or this team's definitely gonna win. It's more of a kind of a coin flip. Oh no, wait, no, sorry, I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I'm thinking of Cobble.
That's a good
this
start.
This is the part where you bail me out. But anyway, no. So GODSENT, recent good results so far on this match, on this map. Sorry, EnVyUs, not too bad either. But again, I still feel like these are so hard to predict, considering these teams are both fairly new rosters, and we've had so many inconsistent results online and not many offline performances either. So yeah, it's hard to predict. But I completely whiffed, Tom. You know, it's a hard life being a tier 4 caster.
Aggression going to be coming out from this T side, pushing straight out onto the site. Looking to be planted. Actually already there. Prodex, okay, straight through the smoke. Will get himself one. RPK has managed to take over the heaven position as well. So not bad for positioning-wise, but they've already lost a man. Pronex has himself a smoke and a kit ready. The only utility left over on that T side is going to be the one flashbang that's currently being held by Scream. And now we're just going to see this push in. RPK, you're going to have a whole lot of work to do it already. We're going to lose one. RPK gets a kill from above, looking at Schneider to try and even things up. And actually, it's going to go back one way, leaving it onto this 2 versus 2. Happy looking to try and get another kill. It's all on Doppler, managing to get himself the kit. Manages to bait out Happy, gets the first. Scream low on HP, and he may just try it and go for this defuse. That's a lovely shot. Goodbye, Scream. Bomb just about going to be defused.
Wow, that was just crazy. Great stuff from Doppler there to close things out. And obviously, that GODSENT are going to be picking up the first round here of this map. Definitely the place to start as well, considering they lost a bit of a comeback in the previous one. If you did just miss it on Cash, EnVyUs map pick. Now going into this one, Envy actually going to force things up on the T side. I do understand it, because on a map like Train, typically you rely so much on that pistol round, right? You want to pick it up so you can have those 3 rounds for free. And, you know, losing out on it means that you don't get those 3 gifted rounds. So actually going for the force when GODSENT's economy is low, when they're supposed to be on a bunch of SMGs, is a good decision. Issue is...
Oh, but look at this is as if they didn't plant the bomb. It's quite a weird way of doing things. Like, they basically said we're going to keep the extra money that we got from the bomb plant, almost exactly. Obviously, it would be about $800, and then they've just invested what they would have done if they hadn't got the bomb down. I feel like that's a really weird way of doing things. It gives them a chance, I suppose, to actually get themselves a win in this round, and then obviously just have that same sort of position of not buying up early, but having extra nades going into the next one, as if they'd ecoed this round. I feel like it's odd, but I quite like it.
Yeah, it's interesting, but either way, with GODSENT was such a dominant buy here, not really focusing on the SMGs, it's going to be so difficult for EnVyUs to really get their foot in the door this time. That being said, Scream does open one up onto Schneider, but at the cost of his teammate's life, as we can already see GODSENT with a good advantage and only going to be extended thanks to Pronax and Twist. RPK, last man standing, good damage onto Twist, but this should be it, as there are plenty of players to take the place of Twist as he backs off. He has no pressure to push in, but Doppelman will actually go down. That being said, Pronax closes it. So GODSENT 2-0, keeping 3 players as well, and only really losing the scout and the UMP, which isn't too much of a deficit anyway, considering they are going to be against a full eco. Now they can just buy up 4 rifles if they please, and EnVyUs giving away a third here. They can only invest in a couple of PT-50s and a bit of utility on Scream, a couple of flashbangs, probably just to pop them fast out on towards the site, probably B. But at this point, it could be a pop dog drop. However, I'm going to expect the fast speed play just to try and get the bomb down. That is very, very possible here on these kind of rounds.
We're going to be throwing out the early molly just to try and deny any sort of push. And already 3 players rotating in from the CT side, just looking to clean up these remaining kills. Ramp push will come in, spray from Schneider, and, well, XMS even going to fall to his death and hit the floor. 3-0, buy-in now, -1 for XMS, going to look to try and rectify it in this round. No AWP unless Sixer wants to go glass cannon, which I don't think he will. He's been relatively good at just going for the rifles most of the time. I don't think he's too dependent on that AWP to have a performance. And, well, straight rifles over on GODSENT. No risky business, no, well, scouts or UMPs or anything of the sort. They're just going to stick to the standard and go into this first buy round of the game.
Yeah, important stuff here for EnVyUs. Get in while you can. Get in early before GODSENT build up the economy, because then it's so difficult. You're going to start to be seeing AWPs, double AWPs being brought out. GODSENT, a team with a lot of capable AWPers. So going into this map, EnVyUs, they've got to be very, very scared. And they've got to be safe, at least, in getting these early rounds and stopping GODSENT from getting those AWPs back into play. That being said, neither team has that AWP. So it's a bit of a handicap, but XMS just pushing in through the edge of the smoke. Pronax has got aggressive down towards the bottom of Ivy with the support as well from Twist. And he's just playing the anti-flash role while Pronax is taking the brunt of the battle with Scream. He's boosted up just to try and find a spot over towards the garbage, but there's nothing there. GODSENT just holding off for the time being, despite the aggressive positioning. Actually, they're going to go a bit aggressive. This could be dangerous. There's 3 players on the other side of that smoke. Lots of damage onto XMS. It will be some received, but Pronax will actually get the first kill. Happy goes down. And running away as well, not only the man advantage, but with also an enemy on 8 HP.
I don't think that's not something you see too often either, just a challenge for actual control of the bit outside Ivy. They threw all of the nades out, and I like it. Like, GODSENT throwing in a few extra things here. Sixer will, however, entry onto the site, giving them a little bit more control. There are actually 2 players on bomb train itself, so a good opportunity for them to try and close this push down, but they have been spotted. RPK will peek out and get another with Doppelman there to trade, but a lot of low players at the moment, and that bomb drop is going to make things very, very difficult now for the remaining T players. Sixer, well, he's got 1 kill in this round, needs to try and get 4 if he's going to be able to finish things off, and that's how many seconds he's going to have left to try and challenge. Falls away, and, well, all he's going to be able to do is save onto that AK. The rest of his teammates get themselves the extra 2,900 from the round loss, and other than that, not really too much done in that round. GODSENT going to be pretty happy to just continue with their 4-0 streak.
Yeah, clean stuff so far. Actually bringing this one back slowly but surely, as EnVyUs now going to be left on just a couple of upgraded pistols and the 1 saved AK on Sixer. Bit of armor as well on some of the players, and that's actually good, because that means if he goes down, if Sixer drops that AK, he can throw it, or he can't throw it over, he's dead, but someone can at least pick up his rifle and have the same effect, considering they have body armor as well to play with. So you can see that's why Scream's actually gone for the body armor Glock, or the head armor Glock as well, just because he can pick up the gun if anyone falls down, and he will. There we go. Sixer gets picked, Scream takes the AK, and all he's done is invest 1,000. I like it. A lot of teams don't really decide to do that, and they get left with armorless players taking AKs, and you really don't ever see anything like that getting done.
Yeah, already a man advantage over towards this T side. CT AWP is going to be waiting for them as they attempt to push around the corner. Not a whole lot of support, although Pronax can turn around. They're going to push through the Molotov. Not actually looking to really close down, and, well, there's the damage done. Twist gets 1. Doppelman will actually go down in the meantime to a pistol. Missed shot does give an opportunity, but nice return with the USP, leaving just 1 man left of Happy. He's going to be trying to do at least a little bit of extra damage, and it's not going to happen. Pistols are king in this round, but unfortunately, it's not Envy winning the round.
Nope. Not too much of an issue, though. The investment was light, and they can still buy up into this. 6-0 again, not able to get this AWP in play, but he will still have a rifle. Utility lackluster, but GODSENT not looking too bad on their side at all as we go into this 6th round. Very, very clean so far here from the CT side, and long may that continue. As you can see, EnVyUs this time going to be setting up for a default. Nothing fast, no site takes early on in the round. They've got this upper B control, and look at the aggression already shown by the CT side. Not only Schneider's pushed up, oh my god, that damage through the smoke, but also Lecro. He's forced all the way up with the bait as well from Twist with the AWP. This is a perfect setup. Twist flash, Lecro goes down, maybe not perfect.
Yeah, the pop flash actually denies the AWP able to support him, and it just left him completely isolated over towards the ramp. Pronax will return aggression. He's been doing very well on Ivy so far, winning the majority of the time, and actually going to continue to push, but there's Scream. Pop flash out from a teammate, and they will isolate the in-game leader of the Swedes. Now, this leaves it down to a 4 versus 3 split coming in over towards this A site. They've got quite a bit of control already. Actually looking like they're going to duck out. Push back in, not really sure on their own decisions at the moment. Trying to sneak down the left side towards Doppler, and Sixer is going to do just that, able to see through the Molotov, leaving the support from Connector, a rotation coming in from B, and the CT side's deciding to save.
Yeah, can barely blame them with the utility, with the not only the utility being a good reason to save, keeping that into the next round, but also the HP being very, very low on Schneider. Twist looking for some kind of exit, just going to drop before Happy Peaks. And that's the thing. In a 4v2, despite EnVyUs, only just picking up their first round, it's very, very likely they're going to get a bit aggressive. I mean, especially Happy, right? He's pushed all the way up into CT spawn. He spots out Twist, but actually gets away. He's going to re-peek back into it, though, looking for the frag. He knows Happy's around the edge of the corner. Actually going to drop a flash in. This is perfect. Peeks with it. Oh, no, he gets a no-scope leg shot. Happy is down to 15. And while Schneider will be able to hold onto his gun as no one's exited towards his position just yet, that's still unfortunate because no AWP means it's going to be more difficult to buy up around this one rifle. Either way, GODSENT have a bit of cash to play with, so it's not going to be a done deal. You can still get an investment, but either way, that AWP would have made things a lot cheaper.
Yeah, they're going to be able to buy one anyway, so it isn't the end of the world, and more interestingly, the T side don't want one. They didn't pick that up. They could have taken that off the body of Twist and decided against it, so clearly just looking to play... Well, with the rifles at the moment, I have to look at the point as well that although XMS is very close to become a secret agent, he has actually got himself a kill. It's just he also killed himself, which reset it back to 0 again. So, not the best start for him. He was one of the win factors when they actually destroyed Big. Because I think at the end of the series, I think overall 3 maps, he was plus 33, going like 27 and 8 or something of the sort, maybe 25 and 8. With only 4 rounds went the other way, so... Need to see him step up. They're going to want him to do the same. RPK still looking pretty good on these entry frags, it has to be said, but nowhere near as good as the start of Cash. And with 5 rounds on the board for GODSENT already, they are going to be happy with how this one has begun. Yeah, very good chance it could continue. As EnVyUs, they're set up outside of the A site. 3 players pushing down Ivy and Twist in position. Although that Molotov is going to be perfectly landing, it forces him back. He doesn't receive too much damage from it, but still has to reposition there, and that's going to give Envy a bit of map control to work with, some real estate as they work their way up towards the top of the Ivy position. Pronex now left to take the position of Twist as he's played close. Flash goes out. This is not good, though. He walks back into it with his back turn. Scream's going to get the opener. Schneider trades, but he's forced out as we see Happy run in through the smoke. And good entry so far from EnVyUs is going to put them into a 4-on-3. Bomb going down as well with just enough time. And GODSENT left on in the retake. Will they even go for this? They drop out the AWP, so it's looking very, very likely now with the 3 rifles in their hands. Smokes have left them isolated for quite a time now, but through one, Twist will be able to get himself a kill, bringing it back to the 3 versus 3, and as the smokes fade, he will pick up his AWP once more, looking to try and challenge into this round. Now, after plants are normally very effective over on a map such as Trades coming in at the moment, but it's actually going down to the 1 versus 1. Scream versus Doppler, there's no time on the clock, he doesn't have himself a kit, there's nothing he can do in this scenario, and Scream even going to decapitate him right at the depth. Only 1 HP for Scream, but it doesn't matter. They still win the round. Also, XMS is 007 now.
James Bond is in the server, and GODSENT really bringing it down to the wire. Just going to lose in that one-on-one, and now we can see GODSENT just a couple of bits and pieces as they go into this one. A Nova, a Mag 7, a Scout. This is really a charity shot by. As you can see, EnVyUs definitely have an advantage going into this round, and that is... Oh, do I even need to say that? Although Pronex early on, push down towards Ivy. There's no real aggression from EnVyUs. You're expecting a bit of aggression from the CT side. So they are just kind of holding on to their defaults majority. Yeah, Happy pushed up a little bit towards Ivy, but this shotgun, even with it being great at close ranges, Happy's probably going to check this angle. Oh, look at this though. Pronex ballsy. Not going to work out. Runs around the corner, does a bit of damage, but the only shotgun now left in play is Schneider over towards the pop dog.
He's going to try and bait out the position of the remaining T player just by actually throwing down that smoke, hoping to lull them into a false sense of security. But as he goes up, actually, they've got a nade out. XMS, he's going to get himself onto the board. And that will mean that we lose both shotguns already in this round. Disappointed to say the least, but that's a lovely shot from Doppler. Head clean off. Happy, perfectly positioned to remove him from the round. And Lecro, well, he has no chance in this situation. Wasn't a full investment, of course, from GODSENT. They had only just brought up a little bit to try and do some damage. Nothing really occurred, and they will just buy back in. No AWP this time, however, and that is going to limit the way that Twist can actually play. But I have to say, so far, the deadliest person in the server has been Pronex. And
that is not something you say every day as well. Usually the bottom fragment for the team made his way to multiple grand finals and won a major, but still, he's never really been the player expected to step up and be at the top of that scoreboard, but for some reason, this match he is. Let's see if this continues or if this is just an anti-eco fest, you know, earlier on in the game as EnVyUs are starting to pick up rounds. Again, we've got this aggression, this double play from GODSENT up towards Ivy. This is really, really good. Pronex forced up. They have the bait play. They won't check the second one. Surely XMS does. Great entries, and he is a deal breaker now for GODSENT as EnVyUs, they find themselves 2 openers.
Yeah, the problem with that is they became too predictable. Even after getting that first kill, they know that it's Pronex going there every single time. Okay, Doppler. He's just going to try and push through the fire, and the fire claims another victim. As Happy will take him down. Schneider will be able to trade one back, but in the meantime, the rotation is coming over towards B. The bomb will comfortably be planted, and you could just look over towards the CT side. I don't think they have any intention of challenging in this scenario.
No, would not make sense. Allow them to pick up another round, 4-5. The gap slowly being closed here from the French side, and to be honest, it's looking quite dangerous because while on some maps like Cash, you'd be looking at maybe a 5-5 and going, you know, that's okay. If EnVyUs get up to 5-5 here, that's very dominant for the T side. This is still a very CT-sided map, so going into this one, EnVyUs actually having a 5-5, which is looking more and more likely. I mean, GODSENT saving 2 guns means they can kind of invest around them next round, but even so, 5-4 is guaranteed, and 5-5 is looking very likely. The loss bonus is only up to 2,900 after this one, so yeah, they're most likely going to buy up around these 2 guns. This is GODSENT we're looking at, but still, it's not a very doable round for them at all. So EnVyUs looking like they're going to have a very dominant T side, and we're only 10 rounds in.
Yeah, I think the big thing for GODSENT as well is they need to find maybe a different form of aggression, because that Ivy push, it does seem that EnVyUs have just gone, okay, rather than pushing in that, let's just wait a minute and they will come to us. And it has happened the last couple of rounds at least. In this one, economy-wise, there's not too much that the CTs can really do. They are just going to have to sort of take the brunt, take the hit, and we'll have Schneider and Lecro with the save rifles to actually push into this next one. They could have actually risked it, dropped a couple and gone for a bit more, but it seems that at the moment both these teams are pretty okay with actually going for much, much safer buys. Obviously, the T side, their economy is looking very, very good. Only really happy with a little bit less than the rest of the team. 3 players with over 8,000, definitely going to be helping them out. And in this round, at least, they're looking to take over Ivy control. But there is a couple of players close. This time, Pronex not going aggressive, but XMS, he's on the map now. Last couple of rounds, he's definitely woken up. But trades coming in, the 2 rifles doing damage, a 3rd rifle even being picked up by Doppler. And they actually have a good chance to try and retake this.
Oh, Lecro had a great opportunity there just to drop the bomb, but it's just going to get, well, not planted as XMS jumps, or Scream jumps off it. XMS gets a kill in the meantime, and Schneider, he's now last man standing coming into the connector. GODSENT looking like they had a great opportunity, but Six is just denying it with the AWP. And that'll be it. EnVyUs 5-5, we called it. It's happened, and it's gone very, very fast as well. Slipped away. Schneider still not fully giving up with this one, just in case he can find himself a quick pick or 2. Because if he does, if EnVyUs overextend this one and he takes a 1v2 instantly, that could suddenly be a doable round for him. But no, he's realised it. EnVyUs aren't going to be pushing into this one. They aren't idiots. They are just going to be holding on to this round. As you can see, a 5-5 will come in play again. This is just really, really dominant stuff from EnVyUs. It looked like GODSENT were going to have a great map ahead of them, but right now, I'm not seeing that to be the case. EnVyUs are just bringing this back in their favor. And long may this continue, I imagine, as GODSENT aren't going to have much money for the next round. Oh, no, sorry. They're a max loss bonus, so they will have a full buy, of course. But
this was just sort of a mini investment for them. Didn't really go overboard. They had the 2 rifles from the previous. The extra save of a rifle probably won't even make that much difference. Just maybe an AWP that can be saved and some extra money kept in from previously. They're going to go for the double AWP, so Twist and Doppeln actually investing. Neither of them dropped by Schneider, interestingly, which does limit the utility here. So I would have preferred if he actually dropped one, but clearly they didn't really decide that that was necessary. He's able to afford all the utility he needs anyway. And we are back into this round. Of course, another round on the board for Envy. Another addition to their economy, and it's looking like Doppeln. He's going to go for this aggressive peek and straight through the smoke. Pre-fire angle. Scream is out.
What an opener. Exactly what GODSENT needed coming into this round. It was looking dire, but he's finally switched it up. Repositioning back towards the connector as well. So he still has that position over towards Upper, but just holding it far more passively. Happy. Opener over towards Ivy, but at the cost of 90 damage onto him. So he can't exactly lurk his way through their solo right now, because one bullet and he is just going to be removed from the equation.
I don't like that from Pronex. Because they already had the man advantage, and he's been doing that just way too much. Trying to capitalize. Lekro, though, that's the bomb. Bomb down on the site. RPK needs to trade instantly. And get another.
Doppeln?
That's a ridiculous shot from RPK. Straight over towards Connector. Now he's going to go further aggressive towards Twist. RPK tanking this round. What just happened? He's exploded back onto the map once again. And Schneider, once more, is looking to save.
That is ridiculous. Where is the trade from Doppeln? The second RPK walks out into that position, takes the first kill. There should be Doppeln instantly shooting off another AWP shot and taking him down. He just gets completely tapped out. And sometimes when the stars align, you see stuff like that. Phenomenal stuff from RPK. He was great in the T-side of Cash, and he's continuing his form going into the second map. And right when it was looking like it was starting off in the way of GODSENT, it has simply fallen apart. Schneider can hear the footsteps. He knows they're going for the save. He knows they're moving in towards the CT spawn, and he is going to be ready. Flashbang goes out. Going to peek with it. Oh, no, he turns around. He walks right past RBK. And, of course, the man himself gets himself a 4th kill. EnVyUs 6 rounds.
I don't even know what that shot was. He's just come back onto the map. I said he was already doing all right with the entry kills, but that was him just taking one and putting it completely into his control. So lovely stuff there. Lekro tried his best to challenge over on the site, and well, the rotation shut down very, very quickly. Once again, back to pistols. Already spoke about the idea of this extra money, so that has actually been invested into an AWP onto Schneider. Now, this is the Catalyst AWP in a nutshell. Look at Lekro in the smoke. Not this time. XMS denies. And after being 007 moments ago, he's now 7 and 8. So definitely beginning to step up. Doppeln as well. Again, just trying to lurk around these smokes. They're going to go for aggressive plays. They're going to try and make something different happen in these couple of rounds. Of course, from Schneider's perspective, if he can keep this AWP into the next round, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, the hope was that people would just come rushing towards him and he'd have that sort of magical AWP clip moment. But at the moment, it's not happening. They're looking like they're heading their way over towards the B site. There's currently nobody there as they've gambled a little bit. But Pronex actually going to be able to retrieve another rifle. So, again, just building up a little bit of extra money. Not going to be winning the round. I think they would have to do something absolutely incredible, especially considering he doesn't have any armor, they don't have a kit, and they're all on the wrong side of the map.
Yeah, that's a good recipe for disaster here for GODSENT. EnVyUs are going to be picking up another one, 7 rounds in. But again, Tom, despite a very dominant scoreline so far from EnVyUs, and even though GODSENT did lose the previous map, we saw a very similar thing. We saw a great first half from Envy on the T side, and then we saw it almost come back from GODSENT. They brought it all the way back to a very, very close scoreline. Of course, no, they didn't win, but there was a few variables that led down to that. So I still feel like despite EnVyUs having a great early start here on the less favored side, it's not over yet for the Swedish team. They can still definitely have a comeback. So it's always on, right? It's the fat lady sings, I guess is the saying. And 7 rounds in for EnVyUs. GODSENT are going to be able to buy up still on the CT side. The loss bonus is just maxed out as far as they can possibly go. Nothing more can head their way as EnVyUs. They're almost up to 16k on a few of these players. They are not having any issues with buying up at all.
Yeah, this is basically what happens if you win 7 rounds in a row, and a lot of the time, I think, yeah, pretty much every single round other than one, they've had 3 or 4 people surviving. So, very, very good situation for them overall. Definitely looking much better than at the beginning, and now they're just going to go for the aggressive push, changing the pace. XMS will be there to trade the first kill. RPK is down, no magic from him in this round, but it's looking like XMS may just try and do it all on his own. Again, a trade after Disco Doppler manages to get one frag down. Back to a 3 versus 3. More damage from XMS. Happy will grab Twist as well, leaving it down to just this, well, 2 versus 2. Lecro evening it up.
A doable situation now for GODSENT, the best odds they've had in a while, especially with this position from Pronax. Great catch up from Sixer, and now Happy's going to be alone. I don't think they know exactly where he is, despite him having 1 kill already, but they know it's Happy. He could be anywhere in the map. Pronax going to peek out. Happy sprays, but no, he completely whiffs it, and Pronax will take the kill, leading GODSENT to take another round. Finally, getting himself back on after a huge streak in favor of Envy. 7 in a row for the French side. And now GODSENT, they can't afford to get reset, because that will just be GG at this point. Game over. Because EnVyUs will be able to just completely close out the rest of the half. So they need to wrap together these last 2 rounds on the CT side. And 8-7 would be, obviously the best they can get, but still not a great scoreline, as this is a CT sided map. But either way, yeah, they can do something with it, right?
There have been many more teams as of recent being able to pull more rounds out on the T side of trains. So definitely isn't the nail in the coffin at least, but it can be. If they lose the last 2 rounds and then the pistol doesn't go their way, they're really on thin ice. So they don't want to be just throwing this match away as of yet. Winning that round will give them that little bit of a boost. But you have to remember, the likelihood is Envy are going to be buying to the very end of the half. So not really too much they can do in terms of economy. It's all about just getting these rounds done and dusted. Now, in terms of the T's control, they're looking to try and take Ivy once again. Pronax, at least initially, was doing very, very well at holding this down with Twist, but in the last few rounds, they have had problems. This time with quite a bit of utility. They're going to be doing some early damage, not anything too major. And will he actually go for the spray through the smoke? They're already straight through. It's going to be down to Doppler on the other side. He manages to spray down one. Quick trade. Pronax through the smoke. Ends it. Just kills going across the board at the moment. Happy can't quite find it. Going to switch to the pistol. Twist back to his AWP and actually fake flashes with the AK. Okay, I don't think Twist looked away at all. I pray he didn't look away at all. And in the meantime, RPK will win his jaw on the other side of the map.
Simple, where you at? That is crazy. EnVyUs, they're going to be up to 8 rounds now. There is the reset. Done and dusted as we go into the last round of the half. And GODSENT, whether this is the last or halfway through, I wouldn't be surprised if they're by here. They are going to go for the AWP, couple of UMPs, and a few pistols. EnVyUs looking like they want to go for a bit of an early peek. Happy's going to be specking over towards that connector. He actually spots a couple of players out. I think Twist is just on his left. He doesn't even see him. Goes to the fight. Very, very low HP. And Twist is actually going to take the kill as well. So GODSENT, finally something going in their favor as they get the first kill and get themselves a gun to play with on the hands of Chris. Twist. I'm not feeling it today.
Good old Chris.
EnVyUs. Good old Chris on the GODSENT side. You know, that's what they call Twist. You know, in the downtime, it's just, hey Chris, how you doing? He's like, I'm good.
Please stop.
I don't know.
Twist going to be looking to try and take back over pop control. Looking for a little bit more information. They haven't really found too much as of yet, other than the early pick. Now, as you said, the rifle pickup will help them significantly. And they're actually doing quite a bit of damage. Sixer will be able to take down Twist, stealing back that rifle, not enabling them to do too much with it. And actually, it looks like this could prompt the rotate back over towards this A site. Only really going to be Lecro close. Going to try and use the Molotov to deny them out, but they will peek. XMS again, starting things off. They do have to worry, though, because Pronax, his spot is absolutely perfect. He's taken over A-Main control. He's got the freebie. Schneider's found another with the AWP. And now, there's only 2 players remaining for the French.
Yeah, this is looking good for GODSENT. Again, the weaponry still decent for EnVyUs, but they are very tagged up. But look at the positions. XMS is forced so deep in the site. Doppler might actually peek out into this one. I think he just spotted him. Schneider dropping his teammate. Now XMS is alone. Doppler, that's very safe. He escapes with a flashbang. Now he's not cornered to take this fight. So XMS going to have to chase him down into the connector. He does. There's a kill. That's good. And I think he's realized that he's conned on. It's an MTB site and he has 10 seconds left to run on. One will be going down as well. And there's no one in position to stop it. Pronax is hot on the rotation and Schneider is just on the other side of the train. But still, XMS has got a lot of work to do. And Pronax, he's just behind him. There's the kill. It's going to be GODSENT to pick up the last round of the half, and not the one you expected either. 7-8. Fairly decent.
Schneider looking tempted to shoot his in-game leader in the face. I don't think that would help them too much in this scenario, although he still had time to defuse the bomb. 8-7. Not really the half that GODSENT would have wanted, and I feel like Envy are definitely going to be going in feeling pretty confident in this one. Of course, it definitely isn't done and dusted. Individually, we've seen a lot of good stuff from both teams on the T side, and they did come very close to bringing back the previous match in the same fashion, so wouldn't count them out just yet. Definitely going to be looking more towards Lecro as the sort of entry fragger for that team. He's been very quiet in this game so far, but it is the case on quite a lot of occasions where this guy will just wake up over on that T side and start picking left, right, and center. Top of the board, top of the game, Mr. Pronax. So the rest of the team, we're looking at you to step up. And Disco Doppelin, well, why not? He's gone for that Deeg. Disco
Dirty
Doppelin
Deegs on yeah, I was gonna... Great minds think alike, Tom. Great minds think alike.
Terrible minds.
Probably a mix of both. As they set up towards the B site, passive play from the CT side, so a bomb plant is surely going to be gifted here. They don't have any smokes or molotovs to hold these T's off. And while bomb plants are so easy, retaking is just as so. Snappy's posted up towards upper. Twist is going to walk right in. He's spotted. Now the push coming down from lower. RPK should know this. He won't even realize they crossed, and Doppelin just with a running 1D as he takes down the kill onto RPK. Nice opener. And GODSENT get that bomb down. But this is what I talked about. The retake is so easy. And XMS making us see why so. He gets himself one. Happy follows up. And 3 players remaining for GODSENT. They have to get aggressive. It's almost all onto this Deagle of Doppelin. Twist is trying to help him from the ramp, but he really can't peek out without being too exposed. 6 is spotted. Doppelin's found himself another. It's a body shot. He's doing more and more damage, but look at the chase. Scream will finally drop him as 6 goes in for the knife. And that's going to be the round for EnVyUs. 9-7. Picking up the pistol round as well on both halves. This is looking very, very dangerous round for the GODSENT side.
Yeah, they did attempt that pistol in the right sort of way. Like, they took B and then they tried to go for the aggressive pushes. The problem is with already 2 players from the CT side playing passively on the retake strategy, it was almost like Envy already had the direct counter for the strategy that they went for. It was, okay, we're going to rush, we're going to get the bomb down, and we're going to push. And the CTs were going, okay, they're going to rush, they're going to get the bomb down, and we're going to sit here and wait for them to push. So the second that happened, it was very, very easy for the remaining Envy players to just win that round. Now, in terms of investment, Doppelin, he's gone for his trusty Deeg once again. Obviously getting a couple of kills basically pays for it in the previous round, and if he can do the same again, it will make things a little bit more costly. Now, after the bomb plant, we are seeing quite a heavy investment and an attempted rush come out, but RPK, he's got the MP9. He's looking to make that money, already dropping a couple, trying to make a bit more. Happy is there to support as well with the and, well, Doppelin will be able to get one. Can he get the bomb plant? That's going to be the most valuable.
Yeah, Sugar Daddy Happy making some serious cash, but it will be 6 to close this one out. EnVyUs, another round on the board, very, very clean as well, only losing the aggressive B players. And that's the thing as well, it's a risk reward, right? Having those aggressive B players on the second round, you know you're going to likely have this B rush with the pistols, the Tech-9s running right in, and that's the risk, obviously losing these players. But the reward is obviously denying that bomb plant that they just did. And now GODSENT, while they are on the buy here, there's no open play. The utility is very, very stinted as well. So actually having EnVyUs have those aggressive players denying that bomb plant, even at the cost of losing 2 SMGs, it's definitely worth the reward. So we're going to see now the better buy for EnVyUs in the sense of utility, and GODSENT pushing themselves in towards the B site, or at least Letcro is just looking for a bit of an opener down towards the ramp. The rest of them, though, just set out on the default. And let's hear the aggression on EnVyUs. You can already see XMS and Scream pushed all the way up inside of A main. This is dangerous here for the side of GODSENT. A lot of information gained, but they will give it up eventually.
Yeah, this is something that Scream actually does all the time. He's very happy to just attempt to take over this A main control. RPK, that is a risky push, but he gets both. 2 players over towards the B side. Nothing that can be done. Schneider will get one, tries to do the same as RPK, but the tank is just that little bit better, and will keep them the man advantage as the trade comes in. Twist and Pronax now looking to try and bring this back. Obviously, Pronax, the mad fragger for the team, and he's going to go down instantly. Twist left alone and denied as well. Envy, after the last couple of rounds, win the buy, and now have an even bigger opportunity just to continue to make more money.
Yeah, with GODSENT, likely not more than a couple of pistols into this, as they see with 3 Deagles, 2 P250s, so light, but nothing heavy at all, as they don't have any armor to support these Deagles, and also any nades of the sort. So right now, it's just going to come down to those raw aim battles here from the GODSENT side. Only a flashbang on Lecro will be standing, and he'll be setting that up for the A main flash. But to be honest, even if he flashes Twist out of this position, it's a P250, armorless at range. I'm not sure how much he can really get done. Let's have a look as he pushes in aggressively. It's actually good. There's a lack of control here from EnVyUs. And Scream, he doesn't even know they've given up A main control. He gets shot in the back, very tagged up. What is he doing? Scream doesn't have an idea. He has no clue as he's put down to 12 HP. Twist doing so much damage, but Scream
still get
eventually
both?
going to come back with a couple of kills. I don't know how he survives that, but it's Scream. That's what he's about.
He doesn't need HP, he just needs one taps. That's all he's renowned for. No one ever talks about Scream's deaths. And there's a very good reason for that. Pronax, still top fragging for his team. It has been a curse of GODSENT whenever Pronax top frags, they lose. I've seen that so many times. Mainly because it's not that Pronax is now playing bad, it's more that there's no one else stepping up. And if he is sort of top, it means they've dominated the game if they do win. So, at the moment, things are looking very, very bad. He needs some of his star players to step up if they are going to be able to bring this one back. Sixer finishes off the flawless round, although Scream came pretty close to death. Now it's going to be 12-7. The buyback on the board. Only opportunity would be to get a glass cannon AWP, but it's not going to happen. CT side still happy with the way things are going with the rifles, and understandably as well. And they're going to look to improve on their 5-round lead. Whereas the T's want to try and break it back.
Take into account in the previous map, we got up to, what, 13-5? And then GODSENT started to mount a crazy comeback all the way back up to the end. So it's definitely not over for those thinking. That being said, that was an easier map on the T side. This one, not so much, as they do move to train, but it is their map pick, right? They've got something up their sleeve, surely. So you'd like to think that this game isn't over, despite the scoreline looking to be so. But let's have a look at this fight from GODSENT as they start to push up towards XMS. Oh, risky move. EnVyUs, they are going to finally pick up the kill after losing the first player. It's XMS to carry them through. Sixer and Scream both pick up a kill each, and XMS, there's 3 that round. EnVyUs went massively. And 13-7, nothing found from GODSENT. That is just a shambles of a round.
You really hate saying XMS, don't you?
I don't like it. I'm not used to it. I never can't. This is my first Envy game. It's like, oh.
I could just tell you hate that name. I could hear it in your
hate
voice.
the name so much. It's so difficult to pronounce when you're saying it fast. XMS. Just no.
Sounds like you want to say Xma.
Or... Yeah, I'll go with Xma. We'll call him that for the rest of the game. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Scream. I don't really know how Scream survived so long in that position. He actually utilized their smoke to just stay in the corner while XMS actually manages to pick up the majority of the kills. Now, we are going to see a pause come in for GODSENT. Obviously, in this round, they're not really going to invest too much into it. They do have the max loss bonus behind them, so you could even see Twist go for an AK here and still have enough to buy into the next round, but not so much if he wants his AWP, which I think is a dynamic they do need to bring in. They haven't been finding the picks too often, and even if they've had, they've been caught in a crossfire and just shut down. So him with the AWP at the beginning of the round, I think will be important for them going into the next. Whether they actually opt to go for it or not is something that I would never be able to predict, because this team seems very off the cuff, and at the same time, it'd be whether or not he wants to actually play it. That's another factor that's always in play with this team. It seems that Twist is very much sort of sporadic with his AWPing. It's okay, I'm doing well with it, I'll pick it up, or I'm not doing well with the rifle, I'll pick it up, and if that's not the case, he just doesn't. On the other side of things, we've seen a complete switch up. They've gone from none to 2.
But they definitely have the money to do so now. As you can see, XMS, Scream, and RPK all are very, very rich. Okay, well, that's a good opener. Pronex just running down towards Ivy, gets himself a free kill. Deeks to follow up. Schneider will show them how it's done as XMS falls. EnVyUs already relegated down to 3 players, but can they have a rebuttal? RPK definitely can. He gets himself a kill. Remains on 1 HP, which is a bit of a handicap, but GODSENT still relegated down to only pistols. A couple of rifles being grabbed, but still the control of the site majority in the favour of this T side. So EnVyUs now kind of left on the retake, and the Scream does something big, and he will start. Quick burst onto the first player, looking for more. Doppelin drops RPK with 1 HP, and now Scream, he's got to show what he's made of. There's a second kill, that's good. Looking in for more, and Scream just going to fall short as Pronax takes him down. It's all on to Happy.
Happy with the AWP. Definitely not the best retake weapon in the world, but if mistakes are made, e.g. Pronax peeking like that, then maybe things could go a little bit wrong. Schneider has an AWP of his own, 12 HP to play with. Happy just trying to find this remaining player's position. Now, Schneider, I quite like this spot. He's just going to hide on the edge of the train. Now, if he goes up any further, it could actually give a huge chance, but that will be the information he needs. He should know exactly where his opponent is Although Happy's going to be going up. Is he going to spot the barrel? He doesn't, but he hears him drop. Happy with the clutch. Things just not going well for GODSENT at this moment in time. And, well, that's another round on the board. A buy will come back in. Max loss bonus plus the bomb. And, well, Schneider said rip mouse. So, if that's the case, that is extremely unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he wrapped as well. Schneider moving off of the ladder and running back around towards the YOLO position. It's a bit weird considering he had everything going for him right there. No real need. Either way, maybe it's to do with his mouse. I don't really know how that would be so. But either way, Happy picks up the clutch. Very well played by him. And he's going to open up this round again as well. Takes down Doppler early on. Peeking through the connector. An EnVyUs man advantage. Looking like they want to hit 15. And GODSENT, well, with no signs of stopping that.
Looking to try and take a little bit of a Pronax approach, I suppose. Just going very aggressive. Now, will they expect XMS to have crossed? The answer is no. Swiss going to be peeking out. He actually wins the duel, wins the second as well. Big stuff from XMS. He's moved himself from 007 to 20 and 13. The step up from this man is ridiculous. And, well, with the two-man advantage, 2 rounds is all they need. Pronax and Lecro looking to try and drag this back. Lecro to start. Lovely entry kill onto the site. They're still happy with the AWP. Won't actually manage to connect. The smoke will go down. Bomb looking to be planted, but Happy is trying to push back up. Will he actually spot Lecro on the edge? He will. They should know that actually both players are currently on the site, making things very, very difficult and looking like they're going to have to go aggressive. Lecro just continuing this push forward. Will actually find another. Can't quite get the third. It's XMS again. 3rd kill of the round for him already. Pronax will be in the 1 versus 1 and XMS to finish. Quad kill. 15-7. And of course, we're going to get another buy, but it doesn't seem to matter at this point. That is, what, 7-0 currently over on this CT side for Envy.
But you weren't lying when you were saying XMS was carrying the last time these guys played. He is destroying again. It's just phenomenal going from that 007 all the way back up to this. It's crazy. This guy is nuts.
Well, since then, So 007, he's died 6 times and got 22 kills.
That is ridiculous. And it's not like it's even too big of a stomp. Yeah, 15-7 is pretty dominant, but it's not like a 16-0, you know? GODSENT is still winning round, so it's pretty crazy to think he's up the scoreline. Either way, let's see if GODSENT can do anything with potentially what may be their last fight. A single orc and twist, the rest of them on the rifles.
Oh,
okay, apparently not. Apparently not. Scream! Just spraying them down or bursting them down, if anything. Pronax does return. Apparently the entry fragger now here for the T side.
He's the everything.
Losing everything else. He's the only man that's really stepping up to the T side as he pushes out into the A site. EnVyUs are gone for the boost back into the connector. Happy is on an elevated position. Pronax is going to be hunting, and he's going to be forced all the way down on IV6. He needs to hit the shot, and he will. That's key. Now a 3-on-2, and the bomb is dropped in the open. This is everything for EnVyUs.
We give him props, and then he pushes with the bomb. That's a level of madness that should never come into play. Handing it over to Sixer. However, they have brought it back to a 2 versus 2. Making things ever more possible. Trying to challenge back. They've got 45 seconds to play with. They don't really know where Happy is. He is up high. Nade's going pretty close, and well, the peak will come out. Both players now low on the side of Envy, and he's going to go down to just 9 HP, still surviving on the edge of the smoke. They've got to try and retrieve this bomb. Sixer